Hey friends, it's Steve Havill, coach, consultant, and ambassador sharing the love. And this week I want to talk about the art of the unreasonable request. See, that's just about asking for what you want in life. Have you ever seen or met anybody that just asks for crazy stuff? They just ask for what they want and they're blown away that they actually get it. It seems like magic, like miracles. And that's part of it, is just having the courage to ask for what we want, to know what we want, and to make that bold, unreasonable request. And I have this saying that the answer's always no if you don't ask. So here's what I want to talk about. The challenge in this whole thing is that we hate to hear no. We hate to hear people say, no, sorry, you can't have that. So you have to get your mind right. You got to do a little mental judo with yourself to say, you know what, whatever the answer is, it's cool. Don't be attached to the outcome. Be willing to ask and make that bold and reasonable request without being attached to what happens at the other end. You can even tell people, hey, please feel free to decline. I just want to make a crazy ass wild request to let you know what I really want and what would make the biggest difference for me. And like I said, people hate to say no and hear no, but that's the thing too. I just kind of leaked the secret, is that people also hate to say no. And you don't want to go manipulative on them. You don't want to go crazy on people just because you know they hate to say no as well. But that is a component here. You want to think about it. So when you make that crazy request, make sure it's exactly what you want, but also make sure that you ask someone that's responsible, that can give it to you, that has the power and the capability to be able to honor and deliver on that request. So here's an example. I used to practice and stretch hearing no and not letting it mean anything by just going to the drive-thru and driving through and be like, that's $5.54 today at whatever food. And I just keep my hands on the wheel and I'd be like, great, can I have that for free today? And then I just look at them and see what they said. And like 3 times out of 4, the person would be like, sure. And they just gave it to me. And then later I realized they probably put that out of their own pocket because they didn't want to to say no either. So then I started getting more responsible and just asking people that could make the difference. So quickly, a page out of my book. Not long ago, on one of our anniversaries, I was building my new business. We were just getting off the ground. Funds were tight. And I called around to 3 of my favorite restaurants and I just asked for the manager and I said, hey, I got this crazy request for you. Are you ready? She goes, yeah. I said, look, I want to ask, if I come in tonight after the rush is over, would you be willing to buy my girl and I dinner for our anniversary? And then I just shut up and wait. And she's like, well, I did give it a little context. I said, hey, I'm starting a business, getting things off the ground. Things are tight. Really want to make it special for my girl. Would you be willing to do this? And she goes, well, look, I could do like a $80 gift certificate. Would that help? And I deliberately just paused for a second. And she goes, well, you know what? I could make it 100. And I was like, that would be amazing. We show up, we get 4-star gold level treatment. And it was the most amazing experience. And she respected me for making the request. So few people do. And that's what I want to say is, like, for you in your life, what do you want to ask for? What's important to you? What have you been unwilling to ask for that would really make a difference, that would really serve you in pushing your life forward? And that was an example for my life. What is that example for you? And so I just want to remind you to ask someone that's responsible to give it to you, but also give you the 3 challenges, as always, for the week. The first one is to really identify 3 big things that you'd like to ask for, and then practice it. Be playful with it. Be crazy, creative, ridiculous. Put it out there, and then go out and play. So identify those 3 things. The second part is practice with small asks. Start asking for little things, like ask your wife or your spouse, or hey, honey, would you be willing to do this for me? Even if it's something that, they're like, why would you ask that? Just to see, just to practice it. Be okay with hearing no. Don't let it mean anything. Just let it roll like water off a duck's back. Have some fun with that. And the third part is make at least one big ask, one big unreasonable request this week to just forward your life, to ask for something meaningful that matters, and see what happens. And it's okay if people respectfully decline. It's okay if they straight up say no. Don't let it mean anything. Keep moving forward. Just the power and the energy of putting it out there is part of what's going to propel you forward. So that's the challenge, my friend. That's this week's unreasonable invitation. I hope that you dig it. If you dig it, hit the share button, share the love with somebody you care about, hit a comment below. Tell me what you think about this ridiculous conversation, and just follow me so you can keep up with the goodness that comes each week. All right, you know what to do. Until next week, get out there, share the love, keep it real, and live your big, bold, unreasonable dream today.